Well, hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for hanging out with me again today. Today we're going to take a look at the Roku F11PRO 2 drone. This was sent in to the channel for review by the folks at Roku. I have some similar to this. We're going to take a look at this one and see, what the features are and what you get in the box. So first thing, well, you get a drone. So this is fully expanded. Folds up for convenience. The arms fold in and everything. So, compact. Battery is in the rear, and we'll go over all the specs of stuff real quick after I kind of show you the overall. Battery slides in, compact, micro SD card on the side, gimbal cover up here. Take that off and you expose your camera, and then it snaps right back on to protect it from getting damaged while you're moving it around. You also get your radio. We'll go over a lot of the features of that as well. So what do you get when you open up the box? You get a very nice carrying case. It's not a rigid case, but it's a semi-rigid case. Definitely enough to protect it if you toss it in your backpack or whatever. It has a zippered upper pocket. You have a spot for the drone, spot for the radio, and a spot for both of your batteries that it comes with. So before we get into the drone and the controller in more depth, just show you what else you get in the box. So you get your full user's manual, which this has a ton of information in it. There's also QR codes in there for tutorial videos and customer service, the apps that you need for your phone to go with this. So everything is in that will fully explain all of your drone. Now they do give you a quick start guide, which is the fold out pamphlet, two-sided. This gives you the apps you need for iOS or Android. Also has the video tutorial code there, shows you about charging it, flight preparation, getting started, the generals of the drone. But definitely, if you've never had one of these, go through, read, understand, follow along the best you can with the manual before you plug anything into this and start, trying to fly around. The manual is very well written. It explains what you need to do, what you shouldn't do, all that stuff. The best thing that drones ever started coming with is a quick chart overlay for your radio, so you can literally have this over top of your radio, and it explains what every button and every little switch and knob does on your radio. That is very, very handy. Even if you just keep it in the case and carry the case out with you, it's nice to take a look at this if you haven't flown it in 2 or 3 months, just to remember exactly what everything does. So you also get a customer service card, which has the service, email, the Roku website, Facebook, YouTube, phone numbers for customer support, all that stuff. So you can easily get in touch with them if you need to. All that information is in the manual as well. You get a couple bags of assorted stuff. One, you get a full set of props. So all 8 props that you need, and a screwdriver to put them back on, but take them off, put them on. Now, replacing the props could be you broke one, you had a crash, a boo-boo, ran into a tree, something like that, or, just landing in taller grass. The tips of these things will start to get worn out over time, so you may just need to replace them. So it is nice that you have a full set. You're not getting like 2 just in case you break 1 or 2. You're getting a full set. And you also get a small bag here, which has all of your screws and the retainer clips to put your props on with. So you get all new hardware, all new clips, all new props. And it also comes with 2 spare gimbal sticks for the radio, just in case you lose one. So you get a pair of USB-C charge cables. One is for your battery, one is for your controller. Either one works. It's the same thing. It's just USB-C on both ends. Now, the data transmission is done with a different cable on here, and that is what is in this thing. It comes installed with the USB-C for like most modern phones are running USB-C, but it also includes a lightning cable and a micro USB in case you're running an older phone, just for your drones or whatever. It comes with those as well. But the USB-C to USB-C is already in here, and essentially it's just a plug-in. It's got a dummy port in there, so when you pull this open, put your phone in, you can plug your phone right into it, and then the dummy port just serves as a holder, and then, nice and compact. So let me go over some specs real quick, and then we'll kind of go over these two individually. So the drone itself is over the unregistered weight. So I think it's 249 grams to be able to have a drone, fly it without registering it. This actually comes in at 365 grams total. It's 242 grams for the drone itself, and then 123 grams for the battery. So you plug those together, you get 365 grams. It's supposed to have 10,000 foot of range. Now, obviously, flat, or you're on an elevated area and flying it lower, your elevation, the mineralization in the ground around you, the weather, the cloud cover, all of that is going to take effect. But it does claim 10,000 foot range. This has GPS guidance or GPS control and optical flow. So if you get down, like in my area where I fly, I don't have good GPS right at ground level. Once I get above the trees, I have great GPS signal. So that really helps me out, especially when we're coming down and landing. Sometimes my GPS signal isn't the strongest, but that optical flow will sense where it's at on the ground and keep it from moving around. They also claim 70 minutes of runtime between the two batteries, so they're saying 35 minutes of battery. Again, weather, how fast you're flying, the type of flying you do is all going to depend on your runtime. If you're on a breezeless day and it's just kind of hovering and you're slowly moving around, you'll probably get closer to 35 minutes. If you're moving from place to place rapidly, or this thing is fighting a lot of wind, obviously, and it's really cold, then your run times are going to go down a little bit. This does, since it is GPS, it has auto home feature. So it basically has a smart return to home feature. Basically, you push the button and it will come back to you. It has a low battery return to home, so if for some reason the battery in this gets too low and you haven't brought it home yet, this will automatically say, okay, we've got enough battery to get back. It flies back on its own. It also has lost signal, so in case something happens with your radio or you do get out of signal, this will sense, okay, I'm no longer talking to the transmitter, go back to my home point and land. This does have one button takeoff and landing on the controller, so you don't have to manually launch or manually land. You can use the one touch takeoff and landing to safely take off and land your drone. The camera is a 4K 30 frames per second video camera and a 6K photo camera. A short press on the controller up here takes a quick picture, and then a long press will enable it to start recording video. Now, the onboard SD card is a 32 to 128 gig SD card. Then when you turn the drone on and get it initialized, if your card isn't format, the drone should format it for you. But 128 gigs, you're going to have all of your flight time recorded onto that and still have space. So you're not going to run out of space with a 128 gig card. So there's really no need to throw anything higher than that. I would suggest a higher read and write speed card, just because you're trying to write 4K video to a card. It needs to be as quick as you can afford. They're not terribly expensive anymore, so it's not bad. It is on a 3-axis gimbal, so when this is on, when the drone rotates this way or forwards and aft, then the camera holds its position because the gimbal allows it to maneuver around. So if you're kind of fighting the wind and doglegging, the camera is actually going to be pointing over here. Or if you take off and go like this, your camera is going to adjust for the rotation of the drone. Since this is a modern drone, it does have the remote ID tied into it. There is a QR code on the side, so you can get to that remote ID, get this thing registered, get all that stuff done. So it is FAA compliant. But yeah, that's pretty much the drone. The radio, again, everything is pretty simple. You have a button up here to either take pictures or record video. You have your gimbal control here, which raises and lowers the angle of the camera. So when you're flying up very high, you can angle it down to get a nice ground view, or angle it straight up and get a nice horizon view. It does not correct it left and right. The gimbal will correct it left and right, but when you're flying, you only have control of your up-down motion. You can't manually look to the left and the right. You actually have to turn the drone in the air to turn left and right. The gimbal sticks actually unscrew and will store in the bottom of the controller. The controller does not require any AA batteries or anything like that. It has a USB charge port on the side. You charge it up. A quick push of the button will give you your battery percentage, and then a long push will turn on or turn off the radio, so you can quickly look before you head out to see what your battery charge is. So you have this little compass button over here, short press. puts you in calibration mode, so you can short press it. You'll have to rotate the drone, flip the drone over, all that stuff, so it can calibrate your GPS. Once you've done that once and you're in the same location, you should be able to do it. But if you do travel somewhere else, it's a good idea to recalibrate once you get to a new location. It's a very quick, easy process. But then there is also a long press and hold will turn on and off your GPS functionality. So by disabling the GPS functionality, you can fly your drone without the GPS on. You're just basically driving it by feel, and the optical flow is going to hold it in place. So when you're up flying, you know, if the wind is blowing, you are going to drift more and stuff like that. You are more in control of it than the GPS is going to assist you. So just be aware of that. But it will allow you to fly in situations where you have very bad or non-existent GPS and it won't auto arm. You can disable this and then arm it manually and then take off and fly, you know, without the GPS assistance. There are two speeds. There's a speed control switch in the middle, so there's a low rate and a high rate. I generally fly in the low rate. It auto corrects in the air for any wind and breeze and gusts and stuff like that. You have a general better cinematic view of everything by going in that low rate. It's not making hard, jerky motions. But if you are trying to get from point A to point B fast, then you can put it in the second speed and get to and from places a whole lot quicker. Or, you know, if you're trying to follow something that is a whole lot faster, so you do have the ability to go to second rate. This one is your home button, so one press will automatically say, okay, we're coming home. It's going to come to the place where it launched and auto land. And if at any point, you know, something's not right, you can, or you regain control of the drone, or you've regained your, you know, position of the drone, you can hit this again. It will stop the auto home and then you take over manually. But yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell. Once this is running, you'll have a whole lot more information. Drone battery, controller battery, distance from the controller to the drone, distance from home to the drone's current elevation, all that stuff shows up on here, so you have a lot of information. But then you also have your app on your phone. Your phone just slides into the top up here and gets plugged in. You turn on the Roku app. I believe it's the Roku mini app. Scan the QR code, goes directly to it, download it, and then once you have your drone running and this running, then everything will bind together and you're actually able to see where you're flying from your phone. And technically you shouldn't be flying outside of line of sight, but with 10,000 foot range you're going to be. So this allows you to see where you're flying without seeing where you're flying. You know, safety third. All right, guys. Anyway, that's it for the, you know, what is it? What do you get? What all that stuff is, and the bells and whistles of it. Let's take it outside, fly it around. For right now, we're just going to fly it around here till I get, you know, a flight or two with it, get more accustomed to it. And then I do plan on taking it down to like the river or somewhere like that and getting some more, you know, better footage of it. But right now we're just going to fly it around out here, fly over the woods. Everything is still kind of mostly covered with snow. We still haven't fully melted off yet. So enjoy the run footage, and if you guys are interested, there are links down below where you guys can go see a little bit more about this, see videos and all that stuff already done on them, and get a little bit more information. But having a similar one, I know this is going to fly very, very well, and I don't have any doubts about it. I know this is going to be a good drone, so we're just going to get out and fly it. So enjoy the run footage. Everybody out there, as always, be happy, be healthy, be safe, and I will catch you guys on the next one. See you.
And the optical flow isn't going to do a whole lot out here just because we don't have, you know, there's nothing on the ground that can really see, but it's still holding pretty rock steady. Drifting a little bit with the breeze, but nothing out of the ordinary or uncontrollable. Oh, that's so bright. All right, we're going with the camera view now. I can't see a daggone thing.